I should have bought another water bottle, but I did not. Hello, everybody who may be watching in the future and whoever, of course, joins us in the live feed. This did say, oh, okay, sorry, just getting a message here. Let me go to live chat here. This did say that it had an error going live, so I don't know if, oh, Freddie, I guess it will work. Hello, Freddie. It did say there was an error for some reason, but it's working. Hello, Joy. Hello, Karen. Karen Pinocchio. Sarah L. Thank you, Sarah. Freddie, hello. I already said hello, but you said it again, so it compelled me to say it again as well, I suppose. Jan, Scott, Leslie, Deborah, and Tia, hello. So how's everybody doing where they are today? Today I'm at so you know when I drive my mom to her doctor's appointments, I always do those lives to kill time. Well, I'm at one of my own doctor's appointments, actually a chiropractor appointment. Many people wouldn't consider that a doctor's appointment, but here in Canada it's covered under the healthcare umbrella, if you will. So, doctor's appointments. Anyways, I'm here at the doctor, or at the chiropractor, and I have an hour, no, less than an hour. Let's see, what time is it? I have about 45 minutes to kill. And I was going to go get tacos at Cerdo, but then I was like, then I'll have to go all the way to Cerdo, and then come back, and then I'll be rushed on the tacos. I'll just get tacos after. And then maybe I'll pick some tacos up for Ashley too, you know? So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to chill in the car. Made some ads because me and my brother Ken, we buy and sell truck parts. So I was making some ads, putting those up. And then I was done with that. And I was like, now what do I do? Now what do I do? That only took 15 minutes. Well, figured I'd say what's up to you guys. I'm going to hold this so that it's easier for me. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rotate this steering wheel, if I can grab the keys here. Give me 1 second. Your truck looks sweet. Thank you. This one actually is not... It's not technically mine. I just drive it like it's mine. How's that? Oh, no, it's not going to work. Ah, how's that? Eh? Put those there. Scott says they see a chiropractor. I always feel so much better after going. Hey, so do I. Norma says that's a loaded question. What? How are you? Hopefully you're good. Sandra, hello. Renee says she's driving, so she won't be able to provide any links. Dang it, because I had a lot of links. I had a whole link bonanza going on. Oh, hey. I got that plumber. I called that plumber who's right here, or that company, maybe not that particular man, to come do my, to come give me an estimate on the plumbing I need, but they charge $180 to come look at your project, and if they do same day work, then they waive that. And I was like, well, I do, how can I know? I'm not going to waste $180 for you to tell me how much something costs. No thanks. The days of paid estimates are over. But maybe they only do that when they're busy. It's an easy way to make some extra cash, I suppose. So I didn't hire them. I just was like, oh, okay, thanks anyway. And then I left. But I think I found a sweet plumber who I can use. I'm not using the old plumber because he doesn't do it anymore. So now I have a new plumber, I think. Just talked to him the other day, but I just seen this guy drive in here, so a little tidbit from my very recent history. What's going on with you guys though? Hello, Barbara. Bad Guitar. Haven't been here in a while. Dropping by to say hello to Josh and the gang. Well, hello, Bad Guitar. I do believe I remember you, possibly, or maybe I just think I remember you. But somehow your name sounds familiar. Watch, they actually used to be named a Good Guitar. And they're like, you are making this up. Jane Cooper is back in the house. Hello. Deborah, hello. Justine Januszewski. Uh, Jane Januszewski of the famous Januszewski dunk, which you guys might be familiar with. Uh, that is the practice of taking your cutting board or breadboard or whatever and dunking it in oil. It's called a Januszewski dunk. Hello, Shubas from Panama. Hello. Uh, Isamara? That's a cool name. Isamara Rodriguez. Hello. No, I was never good guitar. Try as I might. Donna, hello. Man, there's a lot of names in here that I haven't seen in a minute. How's everybody doing? I'm just waiting for my chiropractor appointment to get here. I just did one. And since I live so far away from here, they give me two a day instead of driving here twice a week. I still drive here twice a week. I guess it would be 4 times a week. So rather than do that, I just do 2 a day. It's for my brain thing. I'm hoping that it'll do something. I mean, that remains to be seen, but basically, for those of you who have suggested it, well, I'm trying to figure it out. The suggestion being that it was a nerve something or other, which is something that we did explore in depth, at least I thought, with physio, IMS, craniosacral, osteopathy, acupuncture, massage. I think that's it. And it never took away my headache. Could be because I didn't do it long enough. Could be because I needed to, I don't know, have someone better at it. I don't know. Then I went to Divine Spine. Not a fan of them necessarily. I'm not a fan of them. Just not a fan of the progress wasn't made. That's all. It might work for other people, but it was not for me. But they gave me some X-rays, and so this might be kind of interesting to some folks. I think I've explained this before, but I'll do it again for those of you who may have missed it. Your neck, spine, I guess your spine is in your neck, but let's say your neck, back, spine, and then lower back, and then into your tailbone. It curves like this. So your neck, I'm going to exaggerate, but your neck curves like this, and then it goes into your shoulder blades. It comes down like this into your lower back, and then whoosh, to the top of your butt, into your tailbone. Curves like that, right? Well, my neck doesn't curve like that. It's instead of being like this, okay, my finger, it's like this, which is very bad. However, I've been going to, of course, I went to Divine Spine when I got that X-ray, and then I've gone to this guy in Los Angeles, and he like cracked it so good. I loved it. It was so fun is the wrong word, but it was so satisfying. Cracked me up. Plus, I've done a bunch of other things. Not other things, but other treatments with chiropractors, because I don't live in LA. I live here in Canada, in Edmonton area. Anyway, I went to the chiropractor, blah, 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 blah. Came here because they have a special program, if you will. I don't know how to really describe it, honestly, but it's a year long, and it's like, I think it's either 98 or 89 treatments, adjustments, I don't know. Anyway, I went and got, actually right behind me, I got x-rays here, and my neck, it's not like this anymore. It's like this. It's not completely straight. So I need it to be more like this. I'm exaggerating, but let's just, for demonstrational purposes, let's say I'm supposed to be like this. Well, I'm like this instead of like this. So there is some improvement. Now, is that improving my symptoms? I think so, but I don't know so because I'm also getting nerve blockers. Of course, the nerve blockers, those are from my neurologist, who of whom? Is that how you say that? Of whom? Does not believe in chiropractorness. He actually thinks it's stupid. Um, which that's fine. His reasoning is because there's no evidence that it works. It's anecdotal. And I was like, okay. I'm like, so far you haven't helped me either, though. So, I mean, uh, but anyway, he said like if it's helping you, if you think it's helping you, you can keep going. But I'm not gonna give you what I think is bad advice or something like this. He says, and then he dropped me as a client, as a patient, because he quit his practice. Not because of me. That would be hilarious. If I'm the guy he couldn't figure out, so he just quits. No, he retired, which is kind of nuts because he's only like, I don't know how old he is, but he looks like he's like between like 38 and like 48 years old or something like that, which is quite young. But anyway, so now I have another neurologist that I'm gonna get. Anyways, um, I think it's probably helping, but I'm not sure. On top of this, I also go to the rec center basically every day. Go to the hot tub, go in the steam room. And a consequence of that is I'm learning how to swim. I could already swim kind of, but now I can swim a lot better, which is pretty cool. Brickman says, I have a lower back problem needing surgery, but definitely on the fence about going to chiropractor. Dude, surgery sucks. If a chiropractor can help you, you should try it. If it doesn't help, you're in the same spot that you already are in. However, I must say, this is not advice. This is just merely a suggestion based on my own experience. I've never had a bad day at a chiropractor, but other people definitely have. Like my grandfather refuses to go to a chiropractor ever again because of his one bad experience. And there are such a thing as bad chiropractors, just like there is such a thing as any other type of doctor that suck. I've had a few of them already. I've seen in this almost 3-year journey, let's see here, it's 2 years and 11 months. On April 1st will be 2 years and 11 months. I've had probably, I'm just going to guess here because I can't remember. I've probably had 10 doctors and then also other, what would you call them, specialists? Not specialists, but other like physio and all those other types of things, massage and all those different people. I probably had 10 doctors that I've seen. And I liked both of my neurologists. I like my family doctor. And I do like some of the staff at the one hospital in particular. They're always quite awesome at the Royal Alec Hospital. I've also been to this hospital. This is the Sturgeon Hospital, but I've only been here twice. Which is so weird saying that. I wish I never had to go to any of them, but reality is reality. I've been here twice, once for an MRI and once for something else. Can't remember. Anyway, yeah. That's what I'm up to. So I don't know if that's necessarily an update, but that's where we're at now. Brickman, I'm in Australia and unfortunately I'm on the public wait list for surgery. 36 plus months unable to work. Dude, that sucks. Yeah, man, the thing about social medicine, like it's great that you don't have to pay out of pocket, but you sacrifice the time. Time is like you gotta wait. Unless it's like super serious, they'll get you in. Like for me, like I haven't had to wait for like when I go to the hospital in an emergency situation, but waiting for neurology appointments and stuff, waiting for the nerve blockers, which by the way are awesome. If you ever need nerve blockers, and you're on the fence, like, oh, should I do it? What does it do to you? It makes you feel awesome. It doesn't make you feel like anything other than you can't feel the pain as much. Hopefully it makes it so you can't feel the pain at all. But in my case, it just, it numbs the pain, which is awesome. Like, I remember one time, the first time that I got it, Ashley sitting behind me, and I don't know what she saw when it happened. Like they put, in my case, they put in 4, I guess you call them injections, and I was like, I was perplexed. Because he said, he's like, it should work pretty quick. I thought he meant, a week, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and you'll start feeling better. That's what I thought he meant by pretty quick, because I also do the Botox, and he said that takes up to the 3rd time that you get it, which I have now gotten the 3rd time. I don't know if it helps, but I'm assuming it does. Excuse me a second. Sorry, that's rude. Um, um, but anyways, he puts them in, and it's quite painful when they put it in, but luckily I'm used to it. So anyways, I'm like, my mind is playing tricks on me. I am like absolutely floating, and I'm like, how quick is this supposed to work? And he's like, maybe 10 seconds, something like that. And I'm like, so it's supposed to be working right now? And he's like, you don't, he's like, why is it not working? Or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. And then I turn around and I look at Ashley, and Ashley is crying because she could notice, I don't know what, maybe I just relaxed. I don't know what it was, but she could see a very real difference. So, nerve blockers, 100%, 100% recommend, if you have a chronic pain that is debilitating, because you won't feel it anymore. I mean, it is a drug, I think. I'm assuming it's a drug. Yeah, of course it's a drug. So it's not good for you, but it's not good for you to not be able to do anything because you're in pain all the time. So yeah, highly recommend that. So I'm glad that I have that. So I don't know if this is doing something in conjunction. Like, one is treating the symptoms. I'm hoping that this is treating the actual condition. So basically the idea of having the neck being straight, it's holding in my case, holding my spinal cord taut. And then when I look down, it's making it even more taut. And that creates, what do you call it? Like your spinal cord, say it's this thick. When it stretches, it gets skinnier, right? Which obviously makes sense. Like, if you pull on like surgical rubber, you'll see it gets skinnier. Anyway, so that happens. And since I also have, I forget what it's called, but narrow, where the bone goes for your arteries, that's also skinnier. So I have, not in a bad way, as in it could be definitely be worse. It's within normal, but it's not helping. But my arteries are getting, they're a little small going through the holes up here. So lesser blood flow, and then also bad circulation with the spinal cord and stuff. Yeah. So hopefully the neck thing get me cracked up, somehow manipulate it back into how it's supposed to be. I mean, I don't know. They got a ton of good reviews. They have, or testimonies, or whatever you want to call them. So I don't know. I'm gonna try. I know lots of people don't believe in it, but I don't care. I don't care. If you ever felt like me, you wouldn't care what sounds silly. You would do it. I mean, unless you, I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't do it. I don't know. I guess I'm not the toughest guy in the world, but uh, I don't know. I don't think anyone is tough enough to just be like, this is fine. It, Now, if you had what I feel now I'm sure many people could deal with this, and many people do deal with this. But I would rather have zero pain, which is the normal amount of pain you're supposed to feel, Yeah, 10 out of 10 pain, no good. No thank you. But yeah, the I hear you, Brickman. Which, by the way, Brickman, are you like a Lego dude or what? What does the Brickman mean? How's my throat feeling today? Well, now I can talk. Yesterday, Martha was there on my Patreon. I did after church our show that we usually do on Sundays, which has nothing to do with church. It just happens after, I am assuming most church services are 3 p.m. On Sundays. If you want to join my Patreon, where we just talk about like an interesting topic. I'll bring it up, read it, and then we'll just bullshit and stuff. It's kind of fun. I don't know if it's as fun as people say it is, but they at least pretend it's fun. So there's that. Anyway, yesterday I was whispering. I had a microphone which I put on a stick, and I was talking like this, but like the microphone was right next to my face, because it hurt to talk. I thought I had strep throat, but now I have a runny nose, so I'm assuming I have a bit of a cold. But before I didn't have a runny nose, and I wasn't coughing, I wasn't sneezing, so I was like, man, this happened in like a matter of hours. Maybe I have strep throat, but I guess maybe I probably don't, which is good. Katie Allen says, I have slight scoliosis and monthly chiropractic adjustments keep me functioning. You're correct that not all chiropractors are equal, and I've had to shop around to find one that works for me. Well, that's fantastic. Nerve blocker like gabapentin. I do not know what it's called. I've only had it twice, and I've loved it both times. The second time, I barely felt it when they put it in, which I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, that when you are already in a decent amount of pain, other things that hurt don't hurt as badly as they normally would. And so, like when I got Botox, didn't hurt. I barely felt it. And they give you, well, in my case, they gave me 30 some injections. Makes me look like a freaking, I think I look so stupid. Now I look almost normal, but look, I have basically no no wrinkles up here. It looks so dumb. I don't get why people do that for vanity, because you look dumb. That's my opinion, of course, but I think it's an opinion that is correct. Sorry if I'm offending you, but I just don't do it. Don't do it. You look better with wrinkles. Um, oh, crap. Brickman. He's got 40% loss in one leg from nerve compression. Dude, I don't know if a chiropractor would help you, but I would try it if I had that. I don't know exactly what that is, but I definitely wouldn't want to have any nerves die. Uh, Freddie says, after church is fun AF. Clan, what's up? One link. Thank you, Renee. I have torn or at least damaged rotator cuff, says Bad Guitar. That wakes me up in the middle of the night. It's not 10 out of 10, but it's bad. Yeah, I imagine. Gabapentin is a pill, so probably not. No, it wasn't a pill. It was definitely an injection. Hey, is that Ken? That kind of looks like Ken. Not my brother Ken, but Shop Ken. Hold on. Shall we spy on him? Is that weird? In that pickup truck. In the driver's seat. Amy! I don't know. Whoops. Does that look like Ken to you guys? No. I mean, it kind of looks like him, but he's not walking right. Also, he doesn't have a kid that young, so No, it's not him. But it kind of looks like him. The beard. But I don't think that's him. See you later, bad guitar. Yeah. So anyways, now that you have my health update, if that even matters to you, what is going on with you guys? Is anyone working on any cool projects? I guess I have another update. Today, I just had an architect come to my house to check out my property so I can put an addition, several additions actually, that I probably can't afford, but I need to get the architect to come so I can see if the bank will give me a loan to do the actual building, which we will chronicle here on YouTube at some point anyway. I'm actually working on a vlog right now, episode 6 of No Rush. I know I'm super slow on all that stuff. My bad, my bad. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, so we'll see. Maybe we'll build the rest of our house and our deck and stuff. So if there's any art that you need in your house, please consider me. Orderfromjosh@gmail.com is how you can order stuff. How do you find it? Check out my Instagram or my Facebook pages, and yeah, or come to my show on April 5th, 4 to 8 at Sterling Gallery in West Edmonton Mall. But yeah, he was just there, and he normally doesn't do home visits, but I think the contractor, who is my old boss, I asked him if he could general this project because I can't, and plus he has the experience that I don't have, and he said sure. So he spent like, I don't know how long, but he came out, which he normally doesn't, for at least an hour, which was awesome. Probably even 2 hours. Because hold on, they came at 8:30, and then he left at 10:30. Yeah, so he was there for 2 hours, and he doesn't do home visits. So if anyone needs an architect in my area, at least for now, I highly recommend him. Good dude. How much art can you make in a month? Hey, if I can keep selling it, then I'm gonna keep making it. Sorry, I don't like blowing my nose in front of people. I think that's gross. You ever see someone just pull a Kleenex out of their pocket and they just like I hate it. It's disgusting. Yay, new projects. I really miss your content. Well, I did put out a video of some baseboards that I did in my bedroom. So check out that little short video. You might like that. Jane got her lawn cut for the first time of the year. I had nerve damage in my big toe, says Deanne, which was always numb. When I was having dental work done, something like lightning struck a nerve, traveled down to my toe, and brought the feeling back. What the hell? You know, when I was getting IMS, which is intramuscular stimulation, which is basically like acupuncture, but like acupuncture doesn't hurt. Well, it can hurt, but like it's not meant to hurt. It's just I don't even know what it does, honestly, because it doesn't to me, it didn't do anything. But same needles, or at least very similar. They stick them in you, but then they go much deeper, and then they wiggle them around, and it hurts a lot. When they would get certain along my spine, they would hit a nerve, man, it would make me like go like my legs would just be like but like I told him, I was like, dude, I'm not scared of needles. I don't care how many needles you put into me, but just know that when you stab me and it hurts, I'm going to react, and you're going to think that I'm overreacting, but I'm trying to stay still in my upper body so nothing happens, okay? And so I'm like, my legs are going to be very active. And he's like, yeah, go for it. That doesn't bother me. So I was always super active because that shit hurt a lot. And then as time went on with the IMS, it didn't hurt anymore at all because my muscles just relaxed. Like they were so tight, which definitely did not help my neck thing. So I was so tight and just like, ugh! It would like, I would bend so many needles because it just was like he described it as if he was sticking the needle into a rock. So it's hard to do it. Um, but totally worth it. It does hurt a lot, but if you have like tight muscles, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. It hurts a lot though. You will not like it. You will not enjoy it at all. Um, why was I saying that though? Oh yeah, so the nerves thing. So when he would get some, he would hit a nerve. Excuse me. When he would hit a nerve, it would just make me like, sometimes like my elbow would just be like twinge. It felt so weird. And yeah, I didn't like that when he would go close to the spine, but I didn't like it at all because it was like I couldn't stay still like I was trying to, but I was moving more than just my legs. But after a while, I didn't hardly react at all. And I recorded some of those sessions and I put them in my vlogs because I thought they were funny. My brother has been buying storage locker and he phoned my sister and I to see if any clothes would fit. Nothing my size, but my sister got a few. Lots of cool clothes though. Oh, interesting. Okay. Norma saw the baseboards. So did Tough Girl. Wisteria Lane. Wisteria Lane. Also, Caroline. And so did Linda. Martha says that she had it done in both arms and wrists. It hurt, but did help in the end. You did IMS? Yeah. I had it in my, mostly just in my back, shoulders, and I had it in my, what do you call it? Jaw? Because I clench my teeth a lot. And often people, when you have bad pain, chronic pain, you'll clench your teeth and it wrecks your teeth because you're grinding them basically. And when I went to the dentist, he's like, dude, how long have you been grinding your teeth? I was like, I don't know. And he's like, why is your jaw should be like out here, wherever, but now it's like, it's back here. He's like, you're going to grind your teeth into nothing. And I was like, I'm not trying to do it, dude. He's like, well, it's probably because you're in pain. And so that's what people who are in pain do. Grind their teeth, clench their jaw. So he's like, so every time you think about it, just relax. Anyways, what's his name? James, right? James Duke. He did some needling in there, and then also I got Botox in there as well. I don't know if it's helped or not because I do notice that I unclench quite often still, but maybe less. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So, what time is it? 5 o'clock. Okay, I have 15 minutes. I'll probably go in 10 minutes, just so I'm not, going there right on the last second. How did I meet Alex? Asked T. Roberts. Ah, okay. I think we could tell this story in 10 minutes. Give me a second. I'm just going to blow my nose. Come on. Okay. Wrap that up there. Okay, so how did I meet Alex? This is a good question I get quite often. Which, by the way, I just saw Alex the other day. I saw him at, I went to his house. He had someone gave him a bunch of keys, or he found a bunch of keys. I actually have them right back here. A big box of them. Vicariously getting acupuncture is voodoo. Is that right? Anyway, how did I meet Alex? Well, so many of you will know that I live here in Edmonton area. At the time, I lived in Edmonton. And here we get heavy snow in the winter, at least usually. And when I was a little kid, I used to, I don't know if you'd call them forts, but I used to dig in ditches, okay, in the snow, right? So, like, say, like, heavy snowfall came, and then days went by and it got hard, right? So you have sun and whatever, blah, 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 right? I would dig in that snow, dig it out so that it would be like a, I guess you would say it's like a path, like a maze, kind of like a maze made out of hedges, but instead of hedges, made out of snow. And it wasn't a maze because you didn't get lost. And I didn't try to make anyone get lost. It was just basically pathways. And that would be my fort. So basically just didn't have a roof, okay? And that was fun and all. And I was little. I was probably 5 years old. Probably, yeah, because I was in kindergarten. Yeah, I think I was 5. Maybe grade 1. Anyways, I was small, is the point. And I used to do this at my old house. And I still remember this, and I think how silly is when I first started doing these types of path forts, the snow used to be so high on me because I was only like 2 feet tall. So, a foot and a half of snow was like my head just popped over, right? But as I got taller, it seemed like there was less snow, but really I was just taller. Anyway, when I was like 5 years old or 6 or whatever age I was, anyways, we moved away from where I lived there where I first started doing this. And there was this ditch that was quite deep, and then they would put windrows and stuff. Anyways, I would dig the path in there and just hang out with my little brother, Dakota, which many of you follow, and if you don't follow him, give him a follow subscribe to his YouTube. And burn through the witches, that's right, Renee. Shovel up the ditches and burn through the witches in the back of my Dracula. Anyway, I like that song. Anyway, I wanted to make it a little more complex because there was this girl, her name was Katie, who lived down the street, this ginger girl, and I don't know why. I just had a major crush on her, and I was trying to impress her with my fort. So she lived like just down L Street, right? I lived here, she lived down there, and she would always come hang out with us, me and Dakota, and for whatever reason, I just wanted her to be like, oh, look how cool this fort was. And I thought that just building pathways, which is what I normally did, wasn't cool enough, right? So up until this point, there was no roof to it. However, the grader would make these huge windrows, okay? These windrows would be like, I guess I don't know how tall they were, but how tall is a 5-year-old? Like 3 feet, something like that. So these windrows were probably like 5 feet tall, maybe, something like that. Anyway, so my pathways, they were all fun and dandy. Like I would make like a table out of snow, right? And then like chairs. My brother Ken, he would pour water on them so that they would freeze into ice. And then they'd be a little more like sturdy so you could actually sit on them. They wouldn't break and stuff, right? Anyway, I made this big living room, freezing cold living room, not very comfortable, but if you're wearing snow pants, it wasn't so bad. Anyway, I was like, okay, well, I have a living room. I have like this stupid kitchen where like my mom, if she would make us snacks, I'd put it in the kitchen. I wouldn't eat it on purpose so that I would have food in the kitchen so that when Katie would come over, I'd be like, oh yeah, let's go over to the kitchen through my freaking paths in the snow. Anyway, I wanted to up my game, up my ante. And these windrows would like border, if you will, one side of my house fort thing. Uh, which I tried to make as high as I could. And in doing so, it like ran into this big wall. Keep in mind the windrow is like 5 feet tall, and then it goes into a ditch. So on the ditch side, it's probably 8 feet tall, for example. I don't know exactly, but anyway, I wanted to make a secret room that I could roll away, like I don't know what that movie was. Maybe some of you have seen it. It's like puppets. Hold on, what time is it? 5:07. It's like puppets, and or I don't know if it's puppets. It might be claymation. I can't remember. But there's this guy. I watched it in. Yeah, I must have been in kindergarten, because I watched this in kindergarten, in class, on one of the days. Anyway, he like takes a stick and he rolls away these rocks. He made this fort out of a bunch of stones, and he used the stick for leverage and stuff. I can't remember what this movie is called, but I really like stop motion. Yeah, it might be stop motion. Uh, yeah. Um, Deanne says, Josh, what was the total dollar amount in gold you and your brother Ken found recently? I will put that in a future vlog coming up. Thank you for watching those videos. Uh, Dakota has no butt. What is this nonsense? Oh, hey, Jim, I need to call you because we need to make my stairwell probably, maybe, if I get approved for this loan. Anyway, okay, so I wanted to make this big secret room, and so I started making these giant snowball walls. They weren't really giant, but they just seemed like it. So like the windrows, I would take like the sheets of Arctic ice, it reminded me of dirty Arctic ice, and I would set them up, right? And probably would have been perfectly fine. But then when I got to the windrow where I wanted to make the secret room, which wouldn't have been secret at all because there was like a hallway that went right to it, I started digging it out. Digging it out like a cave, right? I'm digging it out, making it nice and big. And of course, if my brain wasn't so stupid, I would have known that the more you dig out without furring it up, the bigger the risk of collapse. So I would dig it out, dig it out, dig it out, and I was like, this is not impressive enough. Let me get some more. And I had this metal shovel. It wasn't like a spade or anything. It was like a kid's shovel. It was like had snowmen on it. And I remember we got it from this thrift store, and this kid tried to keep me from buying it. I wasn't buying it, but my mom was. So I remember just wrestling it out of his hands, and I finally got it out, and he went flying backwards, and I went flying backwards. Anyways, we bought it. I was using that shovel. And what does the building of tunnels have to do with meeting Alex? Well, we're getting there, Dawn. You have to get your feet wet with these stories. I'm digging out the cave, and then I don't know. I think either I had to go in for supper or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, I go in for the night. I'm so excited that I have like this awesome fort. This was like the coolest snow fort I ever made in my life. Okay? And when I got to, and keep in mind, I'm a little kid, so like it probably was not impressive at all. Like I wasn't very strong, so, and it probably looked so stupid, honestly. It probably looked very tacky. But to me, I didn't care because I had rooms, I had hallways, and I've told you guys many times, I have an infatuation with hallways. I love hallways, and I don't know why. When I played like the Sims video game, all my houses had hallways, even if I didn't need it. It would take up so much space like space, you had a finite amount of space, and every time you built a wall, if you took a wall away, it wouldn't give you back all of the space. It would only give you back some of the space. So you had to be very deliberate. But I always put a hallway, which was so dumb because it took up so much space. Anyway, next day I go out there. It has snowed. So I'm thinking, score. I'm going to shovel all the snow up onto my walls, so it's going to be even taller. So I'm doing that. And then I get to my cave. And it's snowing, keep in mind. I'm digging out my cave. Here comes the grader. Beep, beep, beep. And he's got a double blade. He's got the blade that comes out, and then he's got the blade that's behind it, and it pushes the snow deep into the ditch. Okay? So far, he hadn't done that. When he did that, like, it was so hard packed, you were screwed. I'm in the cave, digging it out, and I hear the grader, but he's been around for, I don't know, half an hour already. He hasn't come down this road. I'm not worried about it. Dakota and I, we used to like roll snowballs out onto the road so that the grader would crush them. We just thought that was so fun. And I was thinking, oh, I should do that. And as I'm thinking I should do that, I'm hearing beep, 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 getting louder and louder and louder. And the double blade comes and shovels my cave, crumbles it, and I'm in the snow cave, like, jumbled up. I'm upside down, I'm sideways, I'm inside out, and I'm stuck. The cave is made out of, like, icy hard snow, so, like, I can't hardly move. I'm stuck in there. I'm, like, thinking, how stupid, because my mom would always say, hey, if you're going to build a snow fort, it can't have roofs on it because it'll collapse. And I didn't know what that meant. Like, I knew what collapse meant, but I didn't know what her deal was. Oh, I have to go. I didn't know what her deal was. I was like, you're just being overly like rules, like too many rules. Why are you making so many rules for me? And you know, I like, keep in mind, I was like in grade 1 or kindergarten, so I was so young. But we always had a lot of outside freedom, so you know, we kind of were able to make up our own minds about what we did for the day, at least in this particular neighborhood. Anyway, I'm stuck in the snow. I'm like compact, and I'm like, ooh, like just yelling out help. And luckily, my yellow boot that I was wearing was sticking out of the snow. And you know what happened? As I'm going yelling for help, I feel a tug. I'm like, oh, good. I thought it was my brother Ken. You know who it actually was? It was the guy driving the grader. Not the grader, but the dump truck. The guy driving the dump truck, because I'm talking really loud. The grader would grade, and then on the other side of the road there was a median, so that got like a snowblower, and it would blow into the dump truck. So the guy in the dump truck comes out, grabs my leg, I'm assuming runs over, grabs my leg, pulls me out of the snow. And who was it? It was like a 19-year-old Alex saving my life. Just in the nick of time. I could have suffocated in that snow, but luckily Alex was doing snow removal, and he happened to see me across the road there, and he goes and he pulls me out. And yeah, that's how I met Alex. And so he brought me into my house and made sure that I was all good. And then he just kept in touch with me over time, because that's what you do when you save someone's life. But yeah, so that's what happened. Luckily he was there. No. If I was able to thank him for that, he would be like, what? When did this happen? And I'd be like, oh, right. That didn't happen. I just made that up, and I just thought it was a good story, so I told everyone. How silly of me.
Josh.
Hello.